game because essentially in a tunnel there's only two ways to go, forward and backwards.
So,
but then when they started hitting, and
but all the different turns is where you
discombobulated.
It's easier. So I feel like it's easier to get discombobulated and a loss of where you are after a certain number of turns, and after a certain correct, you're dark,
right?
And let's be realistic. A lot of things probably look alike.
Oh,
like
everything looks alike.
It probably looks alike. So I've watched actual YouTube footage of people exploring this, and I've watched I forget what channel it was on, but pretty much it was this guy who had gotten stranded, gotten lost within it, and he starts to get frantic, he starts running, and then all of a sudden it's like something just knocked this guy to the ground, like just knocked him out.
You're talking about the camcorder that they found in the
correct
tunnel?
So it got found later on, and
supposedly
right, absolutely, everything, I mean, it seemed legit, but could have been easily just staged. Knocked the dude down supposedly, and all you see is just like it lands in a puddle and you don't see anything else, and it just keeps rolling, and then later on it's found. They never found the guy though, supposedly.
But okay,
that's a scary thought for me.
But okay, in As Above, So Below, okay, these people, they knew what the catacombs were.
Yeah.
Okay, and I believe they even had a guide or somebody who was familiar with those tunnels who went down there all the time, right?
Yep.
Okay, you had to have some sort of game plan. Okay, guys, we may get lost in these tunnels. How are we gonna do it to where we don't get lost?
But you gotta pay.
Some people tie a freaking piece of string and they just continue to let this string, unravel, so that they follow the string back. Experienced hikers will do stacks of rocks to mark trails.
But I think you gotta look at the character. You have to look at the characters themselves that you have going into these tunnels and kind of their mindset. It wasn't so much your organized.
Well, they probably deserve to get lost then.
No, okay, so then that's exactly what happens. Then the movie leads up to exactly what I'm saying.
And it's a movie.
Correct. Also a fact.
Sometimes you just gotta take that step back and just be like,
because they were just young.
A movie.
They were young. They were dumb. And they were reckless. That's, at the end of the day, that's what they did. So, I mean, let's be honest. If something terrible is going to happen, it's probably going to be somebody that's young, dumb, and reckless.
Okay, and once again, good luck, everybody, because I'm going over here now.
Okay, let's go.
Back to Blair Witch.
Yep.
Okay, me and Chase, for those of you that don't know anything about us, we're both from the South. Chase is from Arkansas, I'm from Texas. We've been in the woods.
A lot.
Spent a lot of time in the woods.
100%.
Let me tell you, Blair Witch Project affected us differently than somebody who's lived in a big city, who's never gone anywhere except to the grocery store, to their work, to the gas station, home.
Probably had no effect.
Let me tell you, if you've been in the woods, okay, and I'm not talking about like a little patch of trees.
No.
Central Park is not the woods, guys, in New York. That's not the woods.
Doesn't work.
Okay? If you've been in the woods, in the middle of nowhere, it is easy to get lost. Yeah. It's easy to get turned around, like we were saying with the catacombs. Okay, so you got this group of people who are lost in the middle of the woods.
Yep.
And, say what you want about the Blair Witch. To me, I thought it was freaky just in the sense that they were lost and they could not seem to find their way back. Not just to their car, but back to anything that didn't seem like a giant circle. Like, didn't they just continued to go in circles, right?
Yeah, they just kept moving.
Okay, so let's say you walk 10 miles, okay? You're like, okay, God, just walk this way, and we eventually have to hit a road, or we have to hit a house. We got to hit something to where we can get help, in theory, right? And that's what I think they were hoping for.
Yeah, logic, right?
Okay?
That's what you would go with.
And when you walk 10 miles and you're freaking tired, and you're beat, you haven't eaten because you only bought 3 granola bars and 6 bottles of water, for whatever reason, that is terrifying in itself. That, okay, I've been out here for 3 days, I just walked 10 miles, and I'm back to where I started. You start getting delirious. That's when the frustration and when you start getting frustrated, that's when you start making mistakes. And so to me, that's why I thought Blair Witch Project was so effective. And
it hits home for people. It's like you said, though. So, like, I know what you're saying. It hits home for those people.
And then the hands on the tent.
Yeah, dude, look, I'm gonna tell you right now, that shit. Anyway,
I still get freaked out a little bit when a raccoon comes when we're camping and just like, okay, it doesn't sound like anything big, but it's probably just a raccoon or you know, and a rabbit.
I'm definitely more
could be a wolf.
paranoid. I'm not saying to the point of scared, but so even when I do go back home, when I go out in the woods, especially at night or in the evenings, late in the evenings, there's a certain sense of, won't say fear, but we'll say paranoia, because it's different now. There's things that,
yeah,
and it could be from horror films. It could be from just experiences of things that
city life, bro.
I've watched, and just living in a city too long. That city is a problem. You're 100% right. So I have a sense of respect for the woods now, and I have a sense of understanding what could be around, and my sense of security when I'm in the woods.
Yeah.
It's definitely changed. My sensitivity is way up.
I'm with you, dude.
Because I do not do as well as I used to when I was younger. I was a lot more careless for sure, because you're
out of your comfort zone, dude.
My care factor is higher.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that just comes from age or if it comes from...
No, I think you're absolutely right. Because I'm exactly the same way, man. When you know, we live in a big city. When I'm walking down the street here in the city, I'm aware of the people around me. I'm aware of what's this guy doing over here. Why is he screaming and throwing his arms around like he's mad? So I'm kind of watching him to make sure he's not coming my way or pulls out a gun or something. And then over here, you know, you got this car that's weaving in and out of the lane. You're like, okay, this dude could be drunk or cross-eyed or who knows. So then you go to Arkansas or to West Texas, okay, and you're in the middle of the woods and you're just like, there's no people out here that I got to worry about,
right?
Or no cars out here that I got to worry about coming in my lane, but there's wild animals, and you got noises that you're just like, what was that? Yeah.
The smallest snap branch, the leaves cracking, it's just...
Yeah, and it's not paranoia, but it's. I think it's because you're just out of your comfort zone.
But when I was younger, those things never...
Oh,
I would not even bat an eye at the fact that, I heard a branch literally fall from a tree and hit the ground pretty freaking hard. I would not flinch. Now that happens and I'm running probably out of the woods.
Yeah.
So my respect for... Not really my respect, my cautious level for what's around me has changed. I blame it on the horror films, blame it on just things I think it's legit, it's real, and you're not gonna catch me getting messed up and not found. Like, it's just not happening.
Not if you can help it, right?
Right, yeah, exactly right. So ideally it's not gonna happen.
Yeah, I mean, I remember waking up on Saturday mornings and just being like, hey Mom, we're going out.
Yeah,
and me and my buddies just taking off and just walking as far as we wanted to go. And I remember coming across one time that sticks out in my mind. We came across in the middle of nowhere, dude. I'm talking distractions. A goat. We came across a dead goat whose horns had been pulled out of its head. Its eyeballs were missing, and there was a stick shoved up its anus, and then flipped upside down. This really happened, dude. So you have the goat laying here, and then flipped upside down were 2 or 3 deer. I don't remember. They were small deer. Same thing, dude. And you know, we come across this. We were probably 12, 13 years old, possibly, and clearly, this wasn't. Oh, okay, some coyotes killed a goat. Yeah, coyote's not going to rip.
That has problems.
Yeah, and you know, coyote's not going to rip the horns out of a goat's skull.
Take 3.
Okay, we had some technical difficulties there. Sorry about that, guys. We'll try to edit that out. We are not professional editors, for the record.
False.
We are learning as we go, guys. We're learning as we go. And let me tell you, it's like a
lot harder than you would think, for sure. Anyway,
like a 2-legged cat walking.
So to pick back up, you were talking about the goats, the deer.
Oh yeah, so the
West
goats.
Texas, growing up, 12 years old. Go.
Here I go.
Yep.
Here I go. So dead goat. Dead deer flip upside down.
Yep.
And we're just like, okay, I might not have been the brightest kid and brightest crayon in the box when I was a kid, but
who was?
I don't know.
There's not many.
Not where I'm from.
Yeah, me either. Look, same. Same.
But we were just like, this ain't normal, guys. This wasn't a coyote. This wasn't, you know, there was no freaking lions. And I mean, there was mountain lions and stuff.
Not that we do that, though.
Yeah. So, and going back during the 80s, a lot of satanic, you know, devil worshiping was like the big thing. And you had all the goth kids and you had the devil music. And so, you know, now you got a group of kids who are just out to have a good time, who, you know, we're always walking in the woods.
Right.
You know, my buddies had some little 22 long rifles that we would go out and shoot jackrabbits and stuff like that.
Right.
Now, we had just experienced something that children shouldn't really be introduced to.
Probably not at 12.
Not at 12, for sure.
Definitely not a thing I would want my 12.
Yeah, but it did something to me, bro, because it changed my perception of being out in the middle of nowhere with things that are not normal.
Yeah.
And so every time after that, you know, I was a little more cautious of what was around us. And, you know, we went home. We didn't keep walking. We weren't just like, it's nothing, guys. Let's sit down and eat our sandwich. No, we turned around and we walked the miles, 4 or 5 miles, whatever it was, back to our house.
Yep.
And that was it, you know.
Dude, so you bring up, and it sparked a story. It's funny. So, like, it sparked a story that I have not talked about. Damn, I don't even think I've ever talked about this story.
Let's talk about it.
Let's talk about it. So, yeah. So, okay.
Ready, go.
I was at my cousin's house. We were hanging out. I went to my cousin's house pretty much, if not every weekend, every other weekend. Okay. We'd hang out all the time.
Okay.
So, it was him and I and one of his, like, neighborhood friends or whatever. And we went, because they had like it was a smaller neighborhood, because neighborhoods out there are not just ginormous like in a big city. It's just kind of a smaller neighborhood feel to it.
If you're from Arkansas, you know that.
Correct. So back behind his buddy's house, there was a lot of land and a field, and there was a house way far. It was a distance. It was a hike for sure. There was a house that sat on the top of this hill out in the middle of nothing. And it was abandoned to our knowledge. So it's gonna get real. Anyway, so we're like, we're gonna go to it. We're gonna go check it out, just kind of see. We weren't trying to vandalize anything. We were actually just curious. We wanted to see, you know, how well was this house still put together? Like, what was out there? We're curious, dumb kids, right? So we hike out there, and it had to be at least, it's probably about a 3-mile hike to the house to get there.
Okay.
So we hike 3 miles. We get to the house, and I remember it was up on the hill, and it's a typical, like, you have like 2 trees up by the house. Everything else is cleared around the hill. Like, there's not much around it.
Okay.
And as you get to the bottom of the hill, you have brush, smaller trees, shrubs, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so we get through all that. We get through the barbed wire fence. The house didn't look kept. So, like, we didn't feel like we were trespassing. We didn't feel like we were doing anything wrong. We were just kids being kids, like I said.
Yeah.
We get up to the house. There was no sign anybody lived there, dude. Like, based on the house, there was windows that were broken. Like, things just looked like it was just
deserted.
Deserted. Nobody was there.
Okay. Yeah. I'm with you.
In our mind, we were like, let's go in and check it out. Stupidity gets the best of us.
But is it? Or is it just being a kid?
It's a terrible idea. So I'll get to that.
Okay.
We go inside. There's no vehicles parked outside this house. We get inside. We're kind of just looking around. It does not appear anybody lives there. There's dust everywhere. It's disgusting. It's just, there's a smell in the house. There's flies. We didn't find anything dead. We looked around everywhere. I think there was only like 2 bedrooms and a bathroom in this. It was a small like shack house. It was not very big. There was no TV. There was a couch. I will say there was a couch.
Okay, so there's a place to sit down.
But there was not a couch that you would ever want to sit on.
Oh, there was not a couch that you'd want to sit on.
It was a couch, but it was not a functional couch. Okay. Nor was it a couch I would want to sit on without my hepatitis shot. Anyway. So we look in the fridge just for fun, because it was an old school fridge and we thought it was really cool. Like, literally it was one of those ones where it was like clack, clack, like, you know, the, anyway, stupid sound effects, whatever, edit that out. So we open the fridge, and there's a cow head. I'm not kidding, dude. I cannot make this up. My cousin can verify that this is
I believe you,
story, dude.
This is Arkansas.
Sitting on a tray, it's a cow head with its tongue sticking out, just sitting there. I flinched because I was the first one to open the door.
Okay.
I jumped back because literally I'm like, this cow head's not that old.
Oh, okay.
This is not a rotten cow head that's been sitting. The fridge didn't work, so I didn't understand that philosophy. It wasn't cold. So that didn't make sense to me.
So it was super fresh.
I mean, within
no
a couple of days.
refrigeration.
Within a couple of days old.
Okay.
About that same time where my cousin was kind of freaked out. His friend was kind of like, "That's weird, but you know, not a big." To me, internally, I'm trying to put everything together. I'm like, not beyond the realm. Like, it wasn't weird in the sense that we were scared. Like, oh, you know, it was more just who's been here to put a random cow head in a fridge that doesn't work. And there was no like dry ice. There was no like anything in there. Nothing. There was nothing chilling this fridge. Anyway, about that time we hear an old backfiring truck coming back down what used to be a road, but we didn't. What are you doing? Are you trying to get Joe to interact? Joe needs to
He's listening to your story.
So we hear the backfiring truck coming towards the truck. We look out the window, and it's just like a horror movie. You would think that this is something out of a horror movie.
It's like Wrong Turn, bro.
Swear to God, we look out the window, and here comes this truck. We see one person sitting in the truck. Dude, literally, it's like, so Jeepers Creepers, the reason that movie, anyway, we'll get to that one someday because I love it. The reason that one hits home for me is this incident. He literally had a hat on as if it was the same one, dude.
Did the license plate say beating you?
No. Did not do that. And it wasn't the same color, but it was like a...
Still creepy.
It was a lighter brown, rusty color.
Damn.
Coming up the road, or coming... Because there was another valley on the other side, and we came from the opposite direction. So he was coming from this way, like the house is here. He was coming from here, and we were back that way to get to his friend's house.
Right.
You've never seen 3 kids get out of the house so freaking fast.
Right.
We escaped out the back, we took off, and we didn't look back. Because even to this day, we got back to my cousin's house, and we're like, dude, what the hell? Because to our knowledge, we don't know where he came from to get to that road. Because we knew the area really well. Mm-hmm. So we're like, where could he have gotten to that road from? Because the only place is from a main highway, but there's no turnoff there. There's a giant trench to get from there. So we don't know how he came from wherever
he was
came from.
Maybe he was off in the field.
And it could have been he was doing something else. And that's something we never went and explored because it was very strange circumstances. Like, where was he gonna be? And he didn't have a house within that neighborhood.
Right.
There was no way for him to get there. So it was very secluded where he was at.
Yeah. So Joe has a question for you.
Go, Joe.
Why a cow head? Or like, why a cow head?
Look, that's a fair question, Joe.
No, I mean, what do you do with a cow's head? Like, I get, like a pig's head, you can, you know, like the Hispanics make tamales out of pig head.
But
you can do.
Why no ice? Why no dry ice? Why nothing to?
And why a house that doesn't look like it's lived in?
Yeah.
That's some wrong turn crap right there,
dude.
bro.
It was a clean cut. It was not hacked. It was clean.
So one like
it was a clean, dude. When I say, it's literally exactly how you would imagine it. The cow's head set flat, like as far as from where he was chopped at, was flat on this pan, sitting.
Was there anything else inside the fridge?
No, that was it.
Just a head.
That's it. That's the weirdness of this. Swear to God, this is true. I will contact my cousin and he will verify that this is a real story.
Not necessary. I believe you. This is Arkansas, dude. This is the South. It's the South.
Dude, it scared me. That was one experience where I have not thought about that story until just now.
And you know what, dude? What's crazy is I feel like we could sit here for days and days and days just talking about things that we've probably experienced as kids.
It's nuts.
Bro, like listening to your story about that, it like I did with you, it reminds me of different things that happened to me. Where I was from, the big thing was the goat lady.
Oh yeah.
And you know, okay, let's just be honest. Every little town, probably across the country, has the goat lady. And in other countries, you know, like Philippines, they got the white lady. And you know,
dude, that's a creepy story, dude. That's
the white lady.
Yeah.
Yeah, but there's so many different variations of it. It's just kind of like,
but like, dude.
Mexico has a white lady.
Yeah.
You have Philippines has a white lady. You have my mom is a white lady. I went there. I took it there.
I mean, if, for all purposes, that's my mom.
I can't believe
too.
you took it there.
Joe, shut up.
No, but I'm sure because this is conversations we haven't had before.
No,
dude.
that's new.
This is
that's
the first time.
That's
exclusive.
Fresh. That
exclusive.
one was fresh because it sparked only because of what you were saying, and that I would never remember that story had it not been for that. Because for some reason, I guess I had always pushed it. That was a weird circumstance for me, dude. I literally remember going back to his house and just being like, dude, What did we just find? What do we dare ever go back? Do we ever talk about that? Did you ever go back? Did we tell anybody?
Okay, so here's the thing. Is this close to where you live?
Yes.
Where your parents live?
Sort of.
So if we
we can get there. Let's put it that way. We can get to it for sure.
So if we go back, if I go with you to Arkansas, do you think you would be able to remember vaguely like the vicinity of where this was at?
I know exactly where it is. I can literally, I can do it in my sleep.
Road trip. Okay, so let me tell you something. I got a confession, guys. We did something when I was younger that I really feel bad about now that I'm older, and
this is an exclusive because I don't know.
This is an exclusive confession time.
I don't know.
We went to a house that was supposedly the goat lady's house, me and my friends, and we found in the South they have storm cellars. You know, you like on the movie Twister where you lift up the doors and you go down into the ground and there's.
Did you go down?
Oh yeah, we went down.
Don't you know the rule of thumb? Like, dude, come on, any basic horror movie, you don't go down in the storm cellar.
Young and dumb, without a gun.
So
we went down.
Okay.
And I remember I was in the front, and I did not have a flashlight. It was really dark down there. The sun was starting to go down. This was traumatizing for me because I remember it like it just happened. Actually, no, it didn't just happen. But anyways, I was in the front, and my two friends were behind me.
Yep.
And we were single file going down these stairs, and my buddy in the back, so the third one in line, had the flashlight, and his job was shine a flashlight around. You know, we're going down in this abandoned house storm cellar.
Okay.
And so I got to probably the second or third step from the bottom, and it was wet, and I slipped down to the ground. And let me tell you, dude, I could feel stuff crawling all over me. And I'm like, shine the light down here, shine the light down here. I'm freaking out. And so my buddy shines the light down there, and I am covered in spiders. And being from the South, you know, daddy long legs, you got tarantulas, you got...
It just depends on what variation.
Spiders that nobody even knows anything about.
Yeah,
Spider-Man could have been down there crawling on me for all I knew. Who freaking knows? And I'm just like, oh my God, you know, I'm freaking out. And so finally, like, I get comfortable enough to where I feel like all the spiders are off of me. But we found the biggest damn rat I had ever seen in my life down in this storm cellar, right? So what did we do?
Killed it.
Oh, we didn't kill it. Once again, confession time. So there happened to be a big jar down there. It looked like one of those like pickle jars that you would get from like Sam's Club. You know, the giant not 5 gallon, but it's a big old pickle jar. And so we decided we were going to stuff this rat in this jar and take it with us, right? So we did. What did we do with said jar? Well, we took it to my buddy's house where he lived with his grandmother, and we put it in the fridge to play a joke on his grandma.
Oh.
So when she goes to open the fridge, there's this giant rat in a jar sitting in her fridge looking at her. We thought it was funny, and I'm just like, now that I'm older, I'm like, dude, what if she would have freaking had a heart attack?
Dude, you could have killed her, dude. You could have killed her. Legit, you like could have killed her, bro. I mean, luckily we didn't. You didn't. But dude, that's part of being a kid, though. Like, number one, you messed up at the point where you went down in the storm cellar, assuming nobody watched you go to said house, and nobody watched you walk into the storm cellar and didn't just close your ass in there.
Right.
You had very, very high hopes that nobody was doing that.
When you look back and now that you're an adult and you look back at the stupid stuff you did as kids, but kids nowadays, they don't do stuff like that. They go home, they put on their PlayStation 4,
Dude,
play.
We have video games. We have all kinds of.
And they're missing out on a lot of stuff. And, you know, bad things happen.
Generation is screwed. Y'all need to get outside. Y'all need to do things.
Get outside.
Because
when you're old like me, an old fart, and you're sitting back talking about things that you experienced, it's like, it's memories, man, whether they be good or bad.
It's lessons learned. Lessons
learned. There you go. Well said.
For sure.
And I definitely, I'm traumatized by spiders now, man.
Dude, for sure.
I don't like spiders. I don't care if it's this big or if it's this big.
Dude, I don't like spiders. Dude, 8 legs? What do you need 8 legs for?
When there's a freaking spider in our house and my wife's like, babe, there's a spider. It's overkill, bro.
Yeah, dude. No,
I got freaking magazine and I'll whap, 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 you know.
You know the hardest thing I've ever had? So, God dang the rabbit hole we're down right now. Jesus Christ, I'm sorry, guys. Like, if this makes it to the video,
bro.
I'm so sorry.
We're in the catacombs.
Jesus Christ, we have just went into this like black hole of just nothing endless. Anyway. Yeah, Dude,
let's just go with it.
Here's the thing. Okay, so the hardest thing I've ever had to kill. This is stupid. Spiders are easy. Cockroaches are easy. Everything else has been easy.
I hate cockroaches too.
I hate centipedes. I think they stink.
They got too many damn legs.
The smell they give off sucks. I hate the smell they give off.
Bro.
Oh, it's intimidating. The smell itself, you're just like, it smells like it has diseases.
Like, hold on,
like,
bro.
This. No, you don't have to be that close. It can be a distance. Like it can be on the other side of the room, a centipede, and you can smell it.
Really?
There's a distinct smell of centipedes. Anyway, not important.
That might be important to somebody out there though.
If you hate centipedes, the thing I've had the hardest time killing, insect-wise. Talk insect-wise.
Yeah, we got to clarify that.
Clarifying, insect-wise. Scorpion, dude.
Scorpions?
I
Really?
swear to God, dude, there was this one scorpion. I've killed other ones pretty easily. This one dude, I swear, I thought he was like the Iron Man of scorpions.
Really?
He did not want to go down, dude.
Was that here? The scorpion?
Yeah, it was in Vegas, dude. I hit it with a boot. I hit it with, what else did I hit it with? I hit it with a boot. I hit it with a shovel. I hit it with I stomped on it with my own shoe.
I just got this visual of you like...
Dude, I was pulling out everything I knew.
Like the whole arsenal of...
I was going through everything, dude. I'm not joking.
You're like...
So, hitting it with the flat surface didn't do me any good. So I was hitting it like flat. Where I messed up was I needed to take a sharp end or at least somewhat of an end and like go through it, cut it.
You need to cut it.
That's the only way I was able to kill the thing. I swear to God, he was so determined to live. No matter how many times I hit him or sprayed things at him, I think I lit him on fire too. But dude, this scorpion was not going down, dude. He was like, nope, I am not going down without a fight.
So Joe has another question for you.
Go, Joe.
Chase, were you able to kill that scorpion?
He died eventually, dude. He had burn marks and he was cutting
old
out.
age.
I swear.
He died of old age. Like, took you so long to kill it that he's just like, yeah, screw it.
He got his ass
I had a good run.
He got his ass beat enough to where he was like, you know what? I'm good. Like, I'm just going to call it good. I'm done.
I don't have a problem with scorpions.
I don't have a problem with scorpions. I just swear to God, it didn't want to die. I don't care about, like, I've killed other ones. Literally, I've hit other ones with, no kidding, just a shoe. I just smacked the hell out of it. It died. This scorpion, I hit with I'm not kidding, a shovel, a boot, my own shoe, and then I had to cut it, or I burned it too, hairspray and a lighter. Still did not die.
You went Jeffrey Dahmer on that thing, bro.
Dude, I was determined. Dude, it was in my house.
You got him though, bro.
He died.
Got him. Victory.
They call me Scorpion King.
Doesn't matter how you win, buddy, as long as you win. That's what my mama taught me.
That's cheating.
Was it my mama?
Could have been. Maybe your aunt.
It wasn't your mama, but it was my mama.
Could have been.
Anyway, so I just go overkill on everything, dude. It doesn't matter. An ant.
That made me nervous, dude. From there on out, I was like, damn, are all scorpions like this? Like, is this something where I'm going to have
scorpions. Oh, my Lord.
Joe.
About that, Joe.
You're such an asshole.
Seriously, man, we're not bringing you ever again.
Bro, I swear to God, it's the last time you're on the show. It's twice now.
We are on a budget.
Don't show them. Don't show them.
Don't judge
Don't
us.
show them. Don't show them.
We're on a budget.
Don't look at it.
Anyway, yeah, I just go overkill, man. It's just
I think that's fair.
I don't even give it a chance. No chance in hell, dude.
I think it depends on what I'm killing.
Snakes?
Dude, snakes are easy. I've learned that snakes are pretty darn easy, depending on the snake you're doing. No, actually, that's not true.
Anaconda's not easy, bro.
Okay, so I'm not gonna lie to you, and I feel it's weird that I have to say this, but I've never had to kill an anaconda.
Not yet. You never really know, man.
Have you killed an anaconda?
No.
Okay.
Not in real life. Not in real life.
In my hero fantasy, I've killed
Me
an
and Ice
anaconda.
Cube, man, we went Compton on that thing.
That's next level, dude. That's next level.
No anaconda, but I mean, as a kid,
yeah,
now we have shotguns and stuff. It's not that hard to kill a snake. But as a kid, I have encountered a lot of rattlesnakes. I remember when we were young, we were looking to move into this house that was out in the country, and a lot of stuff out in Texas is out in the country. But I was pretty excited because I believe the house had like an old swing set in the backyard. So
nice.
I immediately ran out of the house, out the back door, down the steps of the porch to the swing set, and I stepped right over. According to my mom, was like one of the biggest rattlesnakes she had ever seen. I just stepped right over it. It was on the step.
Yeah.
And yeah, that sucks
nuts,
now
dude.
that I think about it. Like I could have got bit, but
dude, I killed so many rattlesnakes growing up. Like it's to the point I'm just numb to the idea. And most people, like, you hunt them for sport, for the rattles, and I would just throw that away, dude. Like, I didn't pay attention.
I had a necklace of those,
the idea was just to kill it, get rid of it, because it was a nuisance. But, like, I guess it took care of rodents, rats, so on and so forth. But never paid any attention to it, dude. No.
For the record, there are no rattlesnakes in the fourth kind.
Dude, to literally reel in everything we just talked about and to bring it back to what we're talking about.
Good luck, everybody!
In case you enjoyed that, comment and, let us know what you think of whether it was his story, my story, snake killing, trying to kill a scorpion. Let us know what you think or your experience, because honestly, we'll talk about it.
I think Joe might be everybody's favorite now because Joe doesn't ramble on and on.
No, but Joe's almost fallen off his stand twice now, and
he might have fallen asleep.
That's not acceptable, and
he might have fallen asleep with our
I'm
stories.
not down with this. Not down, Joe. You need to get it.
But you know what? We're not stopping. We're gonna keep going until the camera dies, or until we just don't have anything to talk about, which is, in my opinion, probably impossible. One of us is gonna fall asleep.
Dude, no. So here's the thing. I really think we could continue on with
what do you want to talk about?
Next thing that comes up, dude. Honestly, there's a lot of things.
I really like how we started talking about things that we experienced as kids.
Yep.
I think that there's something there.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, I've always said that this should be, and I hate having a script. I hate.
We have no script,
You
guys.
see no paper. You see nothing written on our hands.
He hates to read.
I hate reading.
He hates reading. I'm gonna get a T-shirt that says
I hate reading.
He hates reading with the arrow.
I hate reading. His movie that he loves so much, one of the first ones that we've talked about on this.
Troll Hunter.
It's subtitled, and
I love it.
I hate reading. I love the movie. Don't get me wrong. Love the movie. We've talked about it. You've seen it on a previous episode, but
yeah,
I hate reading.
I don't prefer reading, but I will read if
I don't watch movies
necessary.
to read. If that's the case, give me the Troll Hunter, the book, and don't give me the movie.
Fair enough.
I know.
Fair enough. But I will. We're going to work on this. We're going to work on this together, man. Because there's a lot of movies that I want to introduce to you that are subtitled that I really think you'll enjoy and that we'll have really good conversations about.
I agree. I'm excited, man. This is a. I hope you guys enjoy this more than anything else.
They do. Somebody does. Even if only one of you enjoy this, well, guess what?
Tell a friend. Look, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna market this because tell a friend. Because
tell a lot of friends, actually.
Realistically, like, I think it's a good conversation. I think whether or not you watch the whole thing, whether or not bits and pieces, whether or not you fast forward, do you? But I think we have a lot of good discussions that should make you think. Don't necessarily just look at it from a standpoint of just like, oh, two guys just randomly.
Light bulb.
Nothing. Go.
Light bulb.
Go.
I think for those people who think that they're smarter than the system and that they can just fast forward through our episodes, we might need to find things to do in our episode to, as they're fast forwarding through, we do something that catches their attention to where they hit play so that they stop fast forwarding. Something we can look at. Because, well, you know what? You would think that if somebody's just so bored with this episode or this,
dude, this is gonna get edited
scenario.
Anyway. This is gonna get chopped and literally probably 75 to 60% of what we're saying right now.
Our editor's gonna
will make it or maybe not make it. Who knows? Realistically, I'm just saying.
I don't know. I don't know. I once again, I believe that this whole ideal is the experience of just me and you sitting here rambling and talking.
Fourth Kind's not a good movie.
Not a good movie. And I hate spiders, and he hates reading.
I hate reading. And that scorpion that tried to kick my ass. I don't like him either. Dude, that scared me.
They should make a movie about that.
Dude, it was a terrible experience.
Dude, we could call it Chasing Scorpions. Because you're Chase.
But he came after me, so I don't know how that works.
Did he really come after you?
Well, no, he didn't come after
neutral?
me, so it was under, he was under...
I'm done.
You're done? Okay.
You just interrupted a session, shame on you. We could edit that, we'll edit this.
But you also know it's getting late.
Yeah. It's 7:30, it's fine.
Let's go ahead and cut it.
Alright guys, this is, we got Aaron, Chase, with Nightmare Talks.
Joe.
Freaking Joe. And we will see you guys next time.
yeah, thanks for tuning in. Once again, leave your comments down below. Let us know what you thought, what we can improve on.
And all the other things we talked about, make sure you comment with that stuff too.
For sure. And
Awesome.
if you watch The Fourth Kind and you hate it, please don't be mad at us.
No, we told you it was terrible. I told you it was terrible. So
Yeah,
therefore,
I told you
you should not be mad.
May or may not be appealing to you. But anyways, let us know what you think, and we'll see you next time.
See you next time, guys.